Hi, hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about 6 brands that possibly fell from grace. So these are 6 big makeup brands and I will explain for each and every one because they are in totally different situation, and at the same time this is my own opinion, and maybe these are doing so well when it comes to the money part. Some for sure not, but some are totally doing probably really good, but it's just interest kind of thing. So let's start with the first one, and that is actually one of the most popular brands, and it is Patrick Ta. I think Patrick Ta was a brand, like a darling brand, similar to other that I'm gonna mention in a second, and this year it was a bit of a flop. I didn't test this brand. I'm sure that most of the makeup products are really great quality, but I think the love really broke when they released the duos. $42 duos. I think everybody was mad because even though there are other products that are half the price for one single shadows, just putting them in a duo, so you are forced to buy 2 shadows at the same time, and just after the release of the foundation as well, because that foundation is so expensive. It is $68 or something, and makeup these days is expensive, but with some brands they want to be luxury, and yeah, I think the consumers are not really happy about that, because Patrick Ta, it was at the beginning at least considered high-end, and now it is in the luxury price range, and it is kind of absurd. If the brand will continue to release products like this, I think less and less people will probably buy them, but I don't think they will go under anytime soon. But I'm just saying that maybe they fell a bit from grace this year. Next brand that I put in here is actually Sigma Beauty, which is a bit of a smaller brand, but at this point I think we can consider Sigma Beauty as a decently large brand overall, and I wanted for all of these brands just to show some releases that happened in 2024, but I was unable to see what was released from Sigma, and I didn't want to take like 1 hour just to dive deep in Sigma releases, but their Instagram is so confusing and so old-fashioned in a way, which is a bit unexpected really from Sigma. But yeah, overall the releases, if they were interesting, I didn't heard about them that much. They are not interesting to me for sure, because I don't like their eyeshadow formula, which is a big deal for me. I do have Sigma brushes. Those are great. If you want to buy something from Sigma, for sure the brushes are the best thing. The lip oil is lovely, but otherwise Sigma as a brand, for me at least, fell from grace, because at some point I was so intrigued in every release and everything, but right now it's not interesting to me at all. Next we have Tarte, and you know that Tarte was one of the biggest, if not the biggest brand in like 2016 or something around that time, and now I feel like they just don't have any ideas. So they did release more shades of the clicky stuff, and I don't even know. I will put in here a collage from Trend Mood. I don't even know which formula is which is the vinyl, which is the normal, which is the shift, which is the lip oil, which is... They have way too many, and it seems like that is the only thing that they know how to do, the clicky stuff. And I tested the original. I think it was pretty goopy. I mean, yeah, it needs to stop. This Tarte, this is enough. And they released a mascara as well, this silver one, the platinum one, I heard no one talk about it. I mean, yeah, sure. I think a lot of mascaras were released this year, or at least the bigger brands did release them, and they did release this one. It's called Go with the Faux, which is kind of cute. It is for a freckle pen, but again, they are like 6 years too late. I mean, sure, freckles are still, people still have freckles, they are still cute, but releasing a product like this, it's just a bit late. They are a bit old in a way. And at the same time, they had some controversy this year. They sent some PR, which is a bit classic for Tarte, because at some point they were taking influencers to very lavish trips and stuff like that, but this time around they were sending some Hermès bracelets to some influencers in the PR packages, and other influencers didn't get it, and it was just a whole thing. Tarte is just, I don't know, that kind of brand that sometimes it seems like they want to pay the influencers just for a good name, just to say something good, but they don't have the products to back it up. It's just a sketchy brand overall, in my opinion, and at this point I think they fell from grace pretty hard. Next one actually is one that is my favorite from all of these, just because I feel like I learned a lot from ABH. It is a big brand, it is a known brand, it is a favorite. Even though I feel like they had a peak, they fell really hard, and then now I feel like they are in the just growing part, but at the same time they are not doing it. I just want to discuss a bit about ABH, because I feel like they have some interesting releases, but they are not that popular anymore. So they did release the lip velvets. It was in 2024 or at the end of 2023. I didn't like those, not for me. They got, I think, pretty popular actually, but in my opinion they are too matte. Right now I'm not in the matte lip era, so maybe in the future I will like them, but right now not at all. And just when I sit down to film this video, I saw that they are releasing a new foundation, and this is full coverage blurring matte foundation. This one looks great and I want to purchase it, so yeah, I think this is a great release from them. They are very smart for doing so, because previously they did release this click stick that was just not for me for sure. I heard some good reviews as well, but it seemed very greasy and oily, but apparently it was not like that. But this is very, very low coverage, so they have a low coverage option, and now they will have a full coverage matte option, which is great. I think ABH is trying so hard to be at the same level as previously, and they are failing. Next brand. This is the darling of the makeup community, and it is Charlotte Tilbury. Is Charlotte Tilbury going anywhere? No. They are doing great, I am sure of it, but I think she as a person, first of all, she's so unique in a way, and maybe in the best way possible. She is like a character, and I think that's very important for the brand, because she's very close to the audience, which is great. They did release this Lunar New Year, these two lipsticks, and they look amazing. So yeah, overall I think they are doing great, but I feel like they are not that popular anymore. Am I wrong? The mascara as well, it was so expensive. It was great, I heard good reviews overall, but it was so expensive. Charlotte Tilbury did some interesting things this year. They actually respond to some affordable brands mimicking their products, which was very interesting because we all know that e.l.f. is duping everybody, including Charlotte Tilbury, and this time around I read somewhere that it was another brand, MCO Beauty or something, they did the same, and Charlotte Tilbury actually did respond to that. In a way it's brave, but in another way it's just not classy, in my humble opinion. So yeah, that was interesting, and even though Charlotte Tilbury is still big, I feel like they fell a bit from grace. And lastly, the biggest flop of all, it's Morphe. So Morphe, it's going down. In my humble opinion, 2025 is the year when Morphe is closing down. Maybe it will be in the summer, maybe it will be in autumn, but I think Morphe is going down because nobody's talking about them. They continue to experience a decline in 2024 and they were already having problems, and in August they closed all the UK stores, and in my opinion UK was a pretty good seller for them. So yeah, I really don't think they are doing too great. It will be a big of a problem, and in my opinion right now Sheglam is the new Morphe, and I'm curious to see if they will actually close, because Sheglam right now is talked about by many influencers. I think they are paying them pretty well to talk about the products. The products are very affordable and very trendy, so I think Sheglam is the new Morphe, and Morphe is going down. That is my opinion. I think I tried maybe 2 products from them, and I tried some scratchy brushes, not impressed at all. So yeah, that's very interesting and I'm curious to see. So these are all 6 brands. Please let me know if you agree or disagree, and if you have any other brands to be added to this list, and as well if you disagree that these brands are failing from grace, because I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure that some of them are doing so well in the money department, but in the popularity, in the love department, maybe not so great. Who knows? If you like this video and you want to see more from me, please subscribe and give it a like, and I'll see you next time.